So if you are new here, I'm Dr. Emily, and today's workshop is on nurturing the independence of our neurodivergent teens. And just to give a little bit of background, if I am new to you, I am currently working as a child psychologist. I've been in private practice for 15 years, but was a school psychologist for 5 years before that. So the past 20 years, I've been working with neurodivergent kids and teens, families, and educators in different settings. And then within that time span, I also had my own boys, and we are raising two neurodivergent kids ourselves. My boys are 12 and 18 at the moment. And so I have personally lived through and am currently living through adolescence, but have also worked with lots and lots of neurodivergent teens in my practice. So I'm hoping to share some of those reflections and just patterns that I see with you today. So my first book, The Neurodivergent Learner, will be out next year. This particular book is actually for parents of elementary to like early middle school. And that's relevant to this audience just because I couldn't fit it all in one book. And I'm hoping that there will be a second book for teens and young adults. That is the plan. So stay tuned for that. So today we are going to dive into frame neurodiversity, and we're going to go through how anxiety and self-care and independent executive functioning impacts independence, and then lots of strategies on how to support our teens. So just as a framework for how I talk about neurodiversity versus neurodivergent, so we are all neurodiverse as a population from one another. Then some of us are neurodivergent. So what does that mean? Really, it means in everyday life that there's some asynchronous development. The diagnostic classifications for that usually fall under ADHD, autism, learning disabilities, and giftedness, or when there's more than one of those things going on with giftedness, calling it twice exceptionality. So these are the terms, the diagnostic labels that your teen may have, and what it shakes out to at the end of the day and everyday life is helping them balance these strengths and needs. Maybe they need support, maybe they don't. And that's really confusing when parenting. It's confusing when they're living it. It's confusing to educators. And so part of the work that I do is to help you get to know your kid so that you can support them or step back and not support them so that they can grow on their own. One of the things that we often will ask ourselves as parents of neurodivergent teens has to do with all of these milestones that often our kids, um, you know, kids that are in any age